Well, here we go. Let's start. Sol coming at you for the first time in a long time. It has to be said, and I apologise for that, but also make no apologies at the same time because I had a hemorrhage in both of my eyes. One started, and then the right eye kicked off. I had 3 arteries that tore themselves, and it's meant to and froing back to the hospital. It's meant time off work. It's meant that I can't drive a car. But I've had a couple of procedures done and I'm healing. I don't think one's taken very well, in which case they were talking about another deep invasive operation, which I'll find out sometime next week if that's the outcome of that one. I haven't forgotten about any of you. I've tried to answer emails when I felt up to it, but I couldn't even see to read. So it's meant a period of time off work. Like I say, my wheels have been stuck outside and it's been infuriating not to be able to drive and rely on public transport, which isn't the greatest, or friends. And so this is the first time I've felt up to it and felt motivated. As you've seen, YouTube has become a propaganda ground for our governments. I haven't touched base with many on that time. I'm thinking of David Beeson, who's very like-minded. We know now the global agenda is taking place, and the only way out of it is if we rise up, really. I don't think we've reached a tipping point yet. But when mankind's faced with any tipping point, he usually comes out fighting. And I'm afraid that if you're living in denial, your enemy does have a face. You probably know who that face is. And all his minions, which are just here for monetary purposes. We don't matter. Which is very sad. The great thing that's happening next is the nicely laid out climate crisis hoax. Which has been 30 years in the making. And I don't know about America or other territories here, but now you are getting it fucked into your skull with every advert that's going, every advert time on your TV. And just like the COVID disaster, repeat. But I'm not going to get into that, but I find YouTube a very hard place to be now. You know, if people took the piss out of me and said, oh, where did you get your information from, Sol? YouTube, I guess. Well, it's okay for our governments to use it now as propaganda. And that's all it is. So be wise, be strong. This is the time when mankind should be uniting to help each other and defeat our common enemy. If anybody wants to ask me anything further about that, I will give you my studies. I will give you my links to scientists, Nobel Prize winners, and not the government said a scientist. Which scientist? From which teaching university does he come from? And they can't. Incidentally, because, you know, in England we're just getting English news. We're not turning our eyes to any other part of the world, and I guess it's the same in your country. But rather interestingly, in America, this is just a quick one, a guy was taken to court for violation of every COVID law going, and he had a very good defensive team. Now, you've all seen movies like Contagion, Congo, Outbreak, the list goes on. There's at least 5 movies I can think. I've named 3 of them. But what happens in all of them movies, something happens, an outbreak happens, and you see the scientists going to work and you see the germs or the strain of virus isolated under microscope in a lab condition on what we call a microscopic slide, and you see whatever it is swarming around in a droplet of water. Think hard. Don't just react. Think hard and ask yourself the questions. When did you see the Rona on a laboratory slide? I mean, let's not forget the world's dripping in it. But when did your government present you the evidence on a laboratory slide so you could make it tangible? Well, the whole court case in America revolved around, you're saying there's the Rona everywhere, show us it. And the defence went, what do you mean? Well, show us it on a slide. The well's dripping in it. It should be the easiest thing to show us on a laboratory slide what the Rona looks like. And they could not do it. Somebody tried to present a slide that had common influenza, but luckily some award-winning and trusted scientists were on hand to call it out in the court and said, sorry, that's not the C19, that's a strain of influenza. And in front of the court of law in America, they could not show the existence of COVID-19. Now, if you can't prove its existence, then you can't prove any of its variants. So I'm asking you as a friend, use your brain, use what God gave you, think critically, think literally, think laterally, and hopefully I'll put some light bulbs on in people's heads. You will not know about it on your news media, because as we know, the news media is owned by 6 umbrella corporations, all for the left, all for extremism. And that's why you won't have heard about this in America. But they, in a court of law, they had to stop the court and rule for the plaintiff because they could not prove the existence of C19. And if you can't prove its existence, then you cannot prove its variants. Oh yes, we've all seen the giant picture of the little spherical thing in blue with red tentacles, artist's impression. That's all it is. So be wise, or start wising up, and know this is the Trojan horse that all the shit in 2 years we've descended into. Vaccine world, more vaccine world, bleak world, no good news, there is no good news, and this is part of the reason why I've sort of gone into myself a little bit. But we're not here for that. Let's talk some friends who make the world a little brighter, and let's talk some cars. As is usual with a sold deal, we get a legend of British soda called Vimto. I doubt if you get this in America, but we have different flavours now. And this little beauty is sugar-free, so that's good. It's watermelon, strawberry and peach, and if that sounds nice, let me tell you, it's nice. So I'm going to raise a little slurp to all my friends. Lordy, that is good. If you see it in an English shop, any variety of Vimto, give it a little try. It comes in squash as well that you mix with water. Vimto, English legend. So, there will be some videos coming of boxes I've received from some dear friends who always just instinctively know what I like. And I've received some cracking boxes from the usual suspects. I'm talking David Johns, Twice Diecast, XLT Off-Road Beard, Dear Joe. Wow, what a monster box he sent over. Rat Black's Diecast, always. Patrick 657 sent me a beautiful motorhome from Majorette and a beautiful Datsun 510. Patrick, never forgotten, sir, and you've got some nice pieces coming from Modelmatic. I splurged about 180 quid the other day, and it's like I said to you, sir, just trust me. Everybody that's nice to me will get a reciprocation. Dear fireman, he's kept me going spiritually. He sent me a Mick a lovely box, Mick 67. Those bits will be in your box, which is currently under construction. Thank you, as always, for your friendship. Johnny Roman. I can't mention anything without mentioning Johnny, toy car case. Johnny, I'm hoping to get a box off for your Christmas countdown. This box has been actually made up with the exception of custom, which I'm hoping to finish off now. I've got a little bit of eyesight back in a more normal fashion. I do apologise. Always in my thoughts. We always email each other. And people like the fireman, people like David Beeson, Mick, Johnny Roman, They are such moral barometers for me, and I treasure them. Right, even Gary's Diecast. It's lovely to have you in my world in some small way. The sad thing is I'd love to come and visit you all. I have the means, but I don't have the freedom because I will not take the jab. And so until the world returns to normal, that's on hold. But I would love nothing more than to look in your eyes, shake your hand, and rejoice in the fact that we can have a beer and an hot dog and put the world to right and talk diecast and maybe go hunting. That would be the only thing on my bucket list. Some people want lots of silly things. I just want to meet my friends face to face, if only once in this lifetime. So I've got the means to do it, but I haven't got the freedom to do it. So there we go. Sad lament. Mikey Dyson, this is for you, sir. No, I haven't turned away from your videos. 2AHD cat, never. I've just started watching videos again, and the people that reached out to me in email is Mick. I'm just about to start having a binge fest on his videos. I've caught up a bit with XLT, Joe. I've caught up with wonderful John at Superbad. And no, Mikey Dyson, I haven't forgone you. I shall be catching up with yours soon, you silly man. So, it's trying to cram as many people in as I can, but all the people that have sent me boxes during the last few months, I'm putting together your boxes now, as is the sole way. And so what I've done, you know, I've seen your plight in America of not much on the shelves and what have you. And it's the same here other than mainlines. And mainlines, well, there's some good mainlines, but there's more, well, I'll just call it as it is, shit out there that don't tickle me at all. So I've had a little hunt the other day and it yielded about 4 or 5 pieces. And I've just had about an £170 box delivered from Modelmatic. That came today, so I'm just going to reach into that and show you some pieces and do a bit of a teasing. I'm actually in a different location today. I'm in my front room. The lighting's different. I've had to mess about setting it up. But yeah, all of those of you that sent me boxes, it will be reciprocated. And for you, Patrick, as well, of course. I do appreciate you all. So, from TK Maxx, these are about a £5 model. I got a beautiful 143 scale Ferrari F50. I mean, Barago is popular over here, and they only seem to be the ones that have the Ferrari endorsement now. So I say this is a 143rd scale. Super detail, front, top and back, as you'd expect from Barago. Bit of information there if you want to pause that and see what's in the race and play sets. Again, all these pieces I'm showing you, I'm not saying who they're coming to, but you can try and guess based on your tastes. So this is a beautiful Ferrari F50 to start us off. We'll put him at the back. Carrying on that theme is another Barago in the Ferrari set, Ferrari Race and Play. 143rd actually, a Ferrari Portofino. This thing is pure sexiness. I mean, look at the curves on this lady. Again, your typical Barago details. I don't collect this scale myself, but when I come across them, I usually can't help picking them up for a certain Greek friend in Germany and maybe a Dutch friend too. So there's a couple of nice starters. Again, I'm not telling you the hell's getting these. I've got names in my head and boxes they're going into. This is just showing you my latest purchases. There's a couple of you that like all things English, and I happen to find this little Welly set that I didn't know existed. There we go, Welly New London Bus and Taxi set. as were welly. Fine details, fine plimsoll lines, accurate wheels, Great British Bus there with London on. Not my thing because I live here, but these things are not so easy to come by. So this is for a friend, a dear friend, who loves all things British, shall we say, not exclusively English. And then I know somebody that loves collecting 1/42 scale. So this one, never seen before, MSZ, Diecast, and you've got a Jeep Wrangler there, beautiful Jeep Wrangler actually. I'm wondering if that plastic canopy comes, it looks plastic. Accurate wheels, spare wheels on the back, lovely livestock trailer, whether it be, I don't know, pig, sheep, cow, horse maybe. But it is a beauty. And we all know somebody that collects this scale. So if you think this is for you, well, you'll have to check the mail in a couple of weeks because it might be just for you. And there we go, there's some other, it's like an MSZ Itch and Toe series. Some nice pieces in there. Saw it, thought that is a nice thing. So, had to have it. Just let me get a slip of Vimto. I'm out of practice, obviously. Please forgive me rant at the beginning. You know it's a soul thing. But I just want my friends to remain safe and organic. So let's get into some really nice stuff. In fact, I'll move these away because space will run out. I'm not in my usual location, as you've seen, and I'm sort of winging this on the lighting and the acoustics and what have you. As with Modelmatic, you can buy the individual pieces, but it's often makes economic sense to buy the whole set. So I've got the whole set of the Matchbox Germany. Can't get hold of the English one. Not that I want it, but just briefly in here, we've got a 1990 Volkswagen Golf Country, excuse me. The pop's coming back, and so it's kitted out like a country style car runabout. Bumper bars on the front. That's one of them. Oh, here we go. Here's my professionalism again. So we'll put in there. We've got a beautiful Audi Rs6 Avant. These all have decent front and rear details, license plates, authentic. That's why I had to get this for somebody, and I shall be emailing you about this to see if you've got it. You may have it, in which case somebody else lucky has it. A Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon AMG 6x6. That is a monster, but look at the detailing on it. They're all fine. And I say it's a full 6-piece set. One of my favourites, the Porsche 911. Again, all the Germany set. Details, front and back. Spectacular, really, effort from Matchbox. I had a look at one or two pieces in the Great British set and it just didn't tickle me at all. 2006 Audi R8, again. Full front and rear. You know, come on, Mattel, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, you're the same company. If Matchbox can tempo them out fully, surely to God you can. And then a nice Bmw I8. I think this is the one they've released as the electric hybrid. Again, fully specced out. Nice panoramic glass roof on there. Full detail across the back. I think this is the electric one they've released. If you know different, let me know in the comments. Of which I shall start answering again. I know I've got some comments to answer from my last video of months ago, but I'll have a look through the comments and see what's relevant. I think it's all out of date now. And like I say, reading puts a strain on my eyes at the moment. They're getting better. So, quite taken by this brand. Greenlight, but this is the Motor World brand from Greenlight, and you don't get moving parts, but you get wholly accurate models, as you can see. There's the beautiful detailing, authentic wheels, full details on the back. And this is the 2013 Dodge Dart GT in a, I think that's a black or a deep blue, but it looks black to me. So that's a Greenlight Motor World. I buy a few of these. Same sort of set, 1969 Chevy Camaro, convertible, nice yellow and black flashings. We got some hood scoops there. Beautiful, beautiful wheels, turn signals, edged windscreen, nice cockpit. Again, fully specced out, front and rear. This is Greenlight's, I suppose, entry model, and by golly, I think they do such a grand job on them. So we'll keep on with that theme. Here we've got a 2013 Chrysler 300C. I love this car. You can get a Bentley grille that fits it, and we call it a poor man's Bentley in this country, but I've driven one, I've ridden one, and I don't know how you American friends view them, but I love the Chrysler 300C. It really is a big old beast of a car, and as comfy can be. So that's that. This one I'm going to keep for myself, no surprise. There we go, Motor World German edition, and this is the Volkswagen Samba Bus. Lovely authentic spaceship, flying saucer wheels there, covers, detailed out badge and lights, and that simplistic back end, but it's all there as it should be. I think this is the last of the Motor World, and this is a different colour variation. This is a gloss grey of the Chrysler 300C Dyson Vision. There we go. But yeah, I think you get a lot of car for your money in this Greenlight set. I really do. I suppose I'm showing you the late ones a bit, but you can see there's a USA release and a Germany set. But yeah, I think these are great, honest cars from Greenlight, and as those who've been with me for a long time know, Greenlight's my favourite brand. As it is others, Diecast, Jojo seems to be getting more Greenlights than anything now. I think price, you know, times quality speaks for itself. So they had a 60th anniversary set of checker cabs, and this is an absolute beauty. I know somebody who loves this style of car. 1960 Checker Marathon, which is a total unknown to me. It looks beautiful. It's in a smashing livery. Authentic wheels there, I'm guessing, or hubcaps. Turn signals, the taxi stuff. As you'd imagine, you can see the front detail. Is that a Chevy bow tie I'm looking at there? I suppose I could turn the back round and read, but I haven't got the inclination. But yeah, this is the anniversary. So that's a beauty as far as I'm concerned, and I think I know a gentleman who likes that style too. I know he definitely likes this sort of thing, and this is the General Motors Builds 50 Million Cars anniversary one. It's an exclusive, and here we've got the 1955 Chevy Bel Air in gold with silver accents. That is a classy looking motor. Look at them white wall tyres, hubcaps, full bumper details, full lighting details, full rear details. I also have a number of Chevy Bel Airs to send in. We've spoke about this already, so this is another couple to complement that. we are going, oh dear, Hot Pursuit. Beautiful. I know somebody in this country that loves police cars, and I'm hoping this 2020 Ford Police Interceptor Utility isn't one that he owns. Again, we're talking grey light Hot Pursuit series. Beautiful bejeweled headlights there. They look like lensed. Full detail across the back. Great set. I'm not particularly a police car collector, but I've got nothing against the vehicles. I mean, I see Patrick's police car collecting, and when you've got a number of them, they're absolutely fine. Absolutely beautiful. Moving swiftly on. Oh, I think this is mine. I think I've got to keep this one just for that. I am a Golf collector, Joe. Again, another hobby exclusive, and look at that one. That is a beautiful 1969 Chevy C30 Julie Wrecker in that famous Golf orange and duck egg blue livery. What can you say about that? It's just beautiful in its concept. Good on you, green light. Good on you. Crikey, we've got to get through these. Another taxi one that would be right up somebody's street here. I mean, look at that. 1982 Checker taxi. Very similar but different colour livery. Again, fully specced out. I'm not dwelling on these because these are all gifts for friends. Most of them aforementioned. But yeah, there's a couple of pieces in the Checker cab series and a certain old-time look. A classic look. We'll throw in a couple of JLs for somebody that happens to love Corvettes. There we go. Johnny Lightning 80s muscle. Lots of information to divulge on there. And this particular model is the 1988 Chevy Corvette. Just there. Again, your typical refinements from Johnny Lightning. Love them hubcaps. They sparkle. What a missile that is. Beautiful. And then we've virtually got the same car in a different packaging and a different colour. This one looks like a copper or metallic root beer. Again, specced out front and back. Great hubs. I love Johnny Lightning. Unfortunately, we don't get too many of them over here. This one, I can't believe I'm not going to keep it myself, but you'll understand why you might have seen this one and might not have been able to get hold of it. But there we go. A 1968 Volkswagen Type 2 double cab pickup with 1920s Indian Scout motorbike. Well, the Scout motorbike, whether this does it justice or not, sits in the back of there beautiful, and it is all painted out as well. So I've seen them together. I don't know what this is here. Can't quite see with my eyes. I think it's a motorcycle frame that clips in the back there to hold the bike, but this is a beauty. America's first motorcycle company. So there we go, Indian. So there's a great piece of American history there. And like I say, I can't believe I'm not keeping that, really. But you know, it is sometimes in your head, you've got things to dish out. Coming up 29 minutes. This one, I think I've got to keep this one now. La Carrera Pan America, number 18, Rally 2018 Mexico. And there we have an amazing 1953 Studebaker Champion. Love the shape of that. Fully golfed out, obviously. Front and back details. What's got to be done? I've got 2 of these sets for people who like a bit of British. And there we go. And these are 2 beautiful, believe it or not, 3 sets of minis, or a set of 3 minis. All Coopers, look. And These are for two of my friends who like all things British. But this set, believe it or not, is by Welly. And they're absolute quality. They come on a plinth in a hard vinyl display cabinet. They look at your ends and what have you. So two of these are flying their way to America. That's two of them. They are amazing for what they are. To finish up, last two pieces. Green light hitch and tow. Beautiful STP oil set. 2015 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited and the small cargo trailer. All in the STP oil livery. I think these sets are amazing. I really do. And at 31 minutes, I better get this last piece in. And this is even better. I think I've sent somebody a number of oil wagons, and this hitch and tow set will be going. So you work it out who this is for. But here's a shell set. 2019 Ford F350 Lariat. A 21 Ford Mustang Mach 1. With enclosed car hauler. That is a thing of beauty. So I'm just coming up to my limit now, so I'm going to wish you all a good evening. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all taking care. Feel free to email me now. I can answer some of these, and we will see you soon with some of the wonderful gifts that people have been kind enough to send me. You all take care now. We'll speak soon, and good night.